Hey friends, this is Lydia with Applique Market. Today I want to show you quickly how to trim around a small monogram applique. You might think it's tricky, but it's not as hard as you think it is. You'll need a seam ripper and some small applique scissors. I use these Westcott titanium. They're a 4-inch curved applique scissors. And what I do is I start around the outside and just start trimming all of the areas that are really easy to get to. And once I've done that, then I'll go back in and work on the smaller areas. So I'm just going to do part of it for now so you can get the idea. But a little trick to trimming an applique is to definitely have the curved scissors, but also try to be as flat as possible when you hold your scissors while you're cutting. And sometimes you might even want to lift the point of it up a little bit so that first of all you don't snag your shirt, and second of all you get a nice clean cut around the stitches that you're trimming. I like to cut mine pretty close, but I still can see a little bit of the area where I've cut around it. So once you've cut that entire thing, I like to take a wide area. I don't know if you can see it, but this is an area that needs to come out. So what I do is I take my seam ripper and very, very carefully and very slowly, if you have room, you can start at the bottom and go up this way. I also kind of like to start in the middle, and what I do is puncture the fabric and then lift up. Make sure I don't have the shirt under there. You can feel a difference. Lift up and very gently rip it with your seam ripper. Probably about, I don't know, 1/8 of a quarter or 1/4 of an inch. And then you can get your scissors in there. And again, lift up as you're cutting. And I just go down one side, one direction where I've cut, and then I go the opposite direction. And you would basically follow that method through all the little small areas of your applique. Here's another one. I'll show you one more time. So I'm just going to cut that away very closely. I've got it almost parallel to my work surface or my shirt, and I'm just gently lifting up the edge of my scissors as I trim around. Now let's do this other side, and I'll show you again how to do that. Puncture the fabric, find that little punctured area, lift up and make a little cut, and then insert your scissors in very slowly. Go down the stitches where you've made your outline, and just trim as close as you can. And don't try to rush through this because you will get too rushed and cut your shirt. I know from personal experience. But the trick, like I said, is to lift up with your point of your scissors while you're cutting. Now, this is the way I do it. This is not the only method out there. A lot of people go ahead, if there's a little box like this, something where they have to cut out a window, I do this same method, but some people will go ahead and make the slit before it stitches all the way around. And if you want to do that, that's another way to do it. Some people also will bend, make a little bend or a pucker in the fabric. And if you have enough slack on your fabric, you can do that. But they'll make a little pleat and snip it this way, and then again insert your scissors and make those cuts. So there's different ways to do it. I just like to use my seam ripper. Make sure that you have a sharp seam ripper, otherwise it's just going to pull the fabric instead of cleanly making a little slice in the fabric for you. So hopefully that helped, and thanks for watching.